Hey friends, and welcome back to Sunshine and Serenity. If this is your first time watching, if you will take a moment to hit that like and subscribe button, it helps our channel grow. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. We're so happy to have you once again watching on our channel. If you are new here, we are a family in Central Arkansas, Zone 7B. We are on our very first homesteading adventure. We bought this property back in February. And so if you want to see all of our journey and all of our growth and progress and what we're doing here on the homestead, stick around and follow along on our adventure. If you are new to homesteading, or if you're just in a place where you're not homesteading, drop a comment. Let me know like where you're from, where you're watching from, what you guys are doing, and then just build some community, because we would be nowhere without community, right? We all need community. We all need people that we can depend on and lean on and learn from, right? So drop some comments below. Let us know where you're watching from. Maybe connect with some people that are in your area. And yeah, just build a community, right? Okay, so today video is we're going to talk all about medicinal medicine, medicinal herbs, things that I have in my medicine cabinet or that I feel is a must-have, especially going into fall and winter time. So I just wanted to discuss maybe some of the things that I have that we use quite frequently, maybe some things that I don't have on hand just yet I need to get some more of to restock my medicine cabinet. But going into wintertime, it's essential that you have everything that you need. So when something hits, a sickness, a cold, an ailment, something happens, you already have basically a medicine cabinet at your disposal. I hear my chickens back there. If you hear my chickens, they're quite vocal today. That way you have a full medicine cabinet disposal, at your disposal whenever you need it. You don't have to run out and get something. You don't have to worry about like, what do I do if something happens? You already have it, so you can just walk into your house, grab what you need, and you already have it. So first off, let me say that although we do primarily try to treat things naturally and like herbally and medicinally, we try to do things more of the natural approach. We also do have a conventional medicine cabinet too. I do keep things on hand, if we need them in emergencies, because if you're sick, you will pretty much, whether it's natural or whether it's over the counter, like whatever will make you feel better is what you want at the time, right? So this is no way in to say that one method is better than the other, because we use both in our household. We do try to use the medicines that have more of the natural ingredients. I use a lot of like the Zarbee's products with my kids and things like that. But that's just to say that no one method works for everybody. No one method is right or wrong. This is just kind of what we do. And then, like I said, if you need to also have Tylenol on your cabinet, we have Tylenol in our cabinet, things like that. We do both. So the first thing I would say is, if you're interested in medicinal herbs, this is a great book by Rosemary, Gladstars, A Beginner's Guide to Medicinal Herbs. And this was one of my first medicinal herb books that I got. And it's filled with all kinds of great information. It tells you kind of about herbs, what they do, how to make tinctures, how to dry, make teas, salves, oils, all that thing. It's all in here, and it has a lot of your more common herbs, like your culinary herbs, and also some of your medicinal herbs, what their uses are for, what they treat, and how to use them. So if you are new, this is the first book that I would definitely recommend you check out and grab, because it is a great resource to have on hand, especially whenever you are new to the medicinal herb world, right? So definitely a great on-hand book to have. There are also many other great herb books to have out there that will tell you the uses of all the herbs, how to use them, all that kind of stuff. Great information out there in many different forms of books. This is just the very first one that I recommend for beginners that I started out with, and I have really enjoyed it, and I still actually pull it out and use it. So so yeah, so I would definitely recommend that. The next thing that we use in our household is we use a lot of essential oils. So I have a lot of oil roller balls. I have a lot of essential oil singles. We make a lot of our own treatments from essential oils and coconut oil. So that is something that I love and use all the time in my household. As a matter of fact, I made some tummy ache cream out of some essential oils and coconut oils. I also made a toothache oil, so that we could just have these things on hand. So like when any of that happens, I can just pull these out, grab some, rub it on, and it works, and I don't have to worry about making anything at the time. So if you use essential oils, this is a method that I would highly recommend, is to go ahead and make these things ahead of time so that you have them just to grab and go whenever you need them. Okay, something else that we use a lot of is herbs. So we use a lot of herbs in dry form for teas. I can actually take these also, the dried herbs, infuse them in oils, and let them sit in the windowsill, and we have herbal oils, and then you in turn can use that just as is. Or you can also turn those into like your salves and things like that. So we have a lot of dried herbs. So I have mint, I have some lemon balm, I have passion flower leaf. I have some goldenrod that right now I am drying to infuse in some oil, so that I have goldenrod oil that's good for a lot of skincare uses, good in salves, things like that. So herbs is definitely something that we use a lot of. We drink a lot of herbal teas, things like that. So I would say that if you don't have these things growing, or you don't have a way to grow them, there are many reputable places online that you can order them from. And I will try to link some of those down below. But we grow a lot of these things, like the mint and the lemon balm and the passion flower leaf, we all have growing on our property. And goldenrod as well, we have that on our property. And so those are things that we're able to just dry ourselves and then use in the ways that we need to use it. But if you don't have a way to do that, like I said, not everybody has that capability. There are many places you can order just already dried herbs or herbal blends online, and have those, so that way you already have them in your medicine cabinet, already ready to go when you need teas or whatever you need to use. So I will link some of those below in the comments, and you can go check them out. The next thing I would say along with that is herbal teas. So there are these you can get at most your stores, Walmart's, Kroger, things like that. These are by Traditional Medicinals, and these two that I have are a throat coat and a chamomile and lavender tea. But we use a lot of herbal teas. So if you can either make herbal teas out of dry herbs just like this, or you can buy the already made herbal tea bag or tea bag blends. And these are really convenient. We keep these on hand. That way we can just grab them, put them in some hot water, steep them, and then we add some honey to them, and we have herbal tea at our disposal that way as well. So that's also another convenient way to keep your herbal teas if you drink a lot of herbal teas. Honey is another thing that I would say is a must-have for the cabinet. Not only is it great for sore throats, coughs, it's soothing. We add them to our herbal teas, so always have some raw honey on hand in your medicine cabinet, because it has a lot of different uses as well. The next thing I would say is a must-have, especially for cold and flu season, is elderberry. Now, this is elderberry syrup that I actually made from dried elderberries from our elderberry bush, and I made it with elderberry, cinnamon, not turmeric, ginger, and a couple other things, and we just made it in a batch and put it in the fridge. This is our go-to. Like anytime we feel sickness coming on, anything like that, we take a spoonful of this twice a day until we just feel better. And this is one of our staples for fall and winter time. I have actually some elderberries that are in the freezer that I can make new batches this winter if I need to. But these are things that you can also buy online, like the dried elderberries you can get from a lot of the companies that have the dried herbs, so that you can make this at home yourself. You can also buy this in the store. I know they do have versions of elderberry syrups in the store, but they are a little bit pricier than making, in my opinion, than making your own. They're pretty pricey in store. I mean, I'm talking about like for a bottle maybe this size or something like that, it's between $12 and $20 depending on what brand you get and where you get it. So we just make our own, and our kids prefer the taste of our homemade elderberry syrup over the store-bought, because I have done both, and they prefer this. They'll take this just fine, but they don't like the taste of the other. So I would definitely recommend, if you had anything to stock for the wintertime, elderberry or elderberry syrup would be it, because this we use all throughout the fall and winter. Okay, the next thing that I would tell you is some of like your over-the-counter like supplements. So like vitamin C. Vitamin C is a really critical thing to have on hand for sicknesses. Anytime we start feeling sick, we take our, we double up on our vitamin C, get more vitamin C in our system so that we can fight off things faster. Another way that you can do this, and probably the best way, is if you have like oranges, actual food vitamin C. That would probably be the best way. But anything like your vitamin C supplements, anything like vitamin C like that you put in your like drink and you drink it, anything with vitamin C in it as a booster is a critical thing to have in the fall and winter time, because you boost your vitamin C, you can fight things off quicker, and you can stay healthier, you know, more healthy than you would without taking it. So I would definitely say over-the-counter supplements like this. We also take echinacea. Echinacea is another great herb for fighting off sickness and keeping it away. So echinacea is another really good one. Some other things that we use is like these slippery elm lozenges. So these, my kids or us take these whenever we have a sore throat or a cough or something like that. We take some of these. I also have some natural cough drops that we use as well that are great to have on hand in the winter. So we definitely use a lot of this stuff. Another thing that has been a lifesaver, especially around cold and flu season, like if we feel like we have flu coming on, is this is a homeopathic medicine, and it's got a really long name. I think it's oscillococcinum. That's probably not how you say it, because I am from the South and I butcher everything, but this is super great for cold and flus. It comes in a tube like this, and you just stick it under your tongue, and this is, like I said, this is a lifesaver if you are like way sick with the flu or something like that. They sell this. This is over the counter. You can get it at Walmart's and things like that. It is a little pricier, but this is something that we don't have to use all the time, so it lasts us for a good bit. Like I said, we usually just take this when nothing else is working and we are super sick, like with the flu or something equivalent. So this is something that I recommend having on hand. And it definitely helps you feel better. It definitely works. They also have some other different kinds of medicines from the same homeopathic brand for other things. So check that out at your local Walmart or over the counter. You can get these. All right, the next thing that we have, I can't use because it does have something I'm allergic to, but Epsom salts. Epsom salts are great for when you're sick and you want to soak. These are great to have on hand. This one has eucalyptus and spearmint. That's another thing that is great to have on hand, is something that will help you, like a decongestant that will help you when you're sick, like a dehumidifier. That's great to have too. We also diffuse essential oils when we're feeling sick, and something that will just kind of open up your passages. So Epsom salts are great to have. Like I said, I can't use them, but it's good to have for my other family members who can use it. So we have that on hand. A couple other things that I actually got from a friend of mine. They actually make these, and I will link their channel below. It's the Kinnard Homestead. It's a friend of mine. So the first thing I have is a Comfrey salve. So Comfrey, if you don't know what Comfrey is, it's an herb, and it is super easy to grow. I haven't had any here on my property, but I'm planning on starting some and growing my own because it has a lot of great uses. But this is great for like bruising, fractures, like insect bites, any type of skin thing, like if you're stung by something or anything like that. This is great to have. So they actually make this and it's with ingredients from Jadona Farms, and you can get this on their website. I will link that below on the Kinnard Homestead. But yeah, this is just great to have for, you know, stings, bites, all those kind of things. So I did get some of that to put into our medicine cabinet, as well as this healing salve. So this, or drawing salve. This is an all natural drawing salve, and it's got calendula, olive oil, comfrey, activated charcoal, bentonite clay, honey, beeswax, and tea tree essential oils. And so basically this is great for if you have anything, any type of insect bite, sting, anything that is stuck in the skin that needs to be drawn out. This is what that is used for. So this is something else that I got from them, and I will link that below where you can order. They've got all kinds of great products, natural products that they make on their farm, or that people here locally, they get locally and sell on their website. So I will link that below. They've got all kinds of things, soaps, laundry detergent, all kinds of things. So I'll link their website below, and you guys can go check them out because they are a great family and they have a lot of awesome products. But this is something that I wanted to add to my medicine cabinet, so I had it in case of emergencies. So that's just a few of the things that I brought out. I would also recommend having things like your alcohol, things like your first aid kits, like bandages, suture kits, things like that. I would also suggest having like your peroxide to clean things out with. Like I said, any over-the-counter medicines that your family uses, I would definitely go ahead and grab those before winter and fall hits, because usually when wintertime hits and people are getting sick, it's harder to find those things. So I would definitely recommend stocking up on those. Just your basic first aid supply kit supplies. So think about anything that your family uses on a regular basis, or like when they get sick, and you like to have, keep those on hand. I honestly would say things like soups and things like that to have on hand. That way when you're down and you don't feel like eating anything other than soup, you have those things. But these are just some of the things that we use. There's probably many more that we have that or use that I didn't mention, or I couldn't find to pull out for you guys. But these are just a few of the beginners. Again, if you're getting into medicinal herbs, I would definitely recommend this book. There's also other people that I follow for medicinal herb things. Homesteading Family is one of the many YouTube resources that they have a lot of great information about medicinal herbs, and she's really great and has been working with herbs for many years, so I really trust her information. So check them out as well. I'll see if I can link their channel below too. And I would just say, just start familiarizing yourself with alternative ways to treat things, because you know, we're heading into a really uncertain time. Things are happening where we may not be able to get certain medicines, certain ingredients. So it's really great to kind of know your alternatives and start getting used to those things now. A lot of the herbs that are medicinal grow in yards, so they may be growing in your yard and you just may not know that. So one of the things we have growing in our yard that I'm going to dry is some plantain. Plantain is used for a lot of different things. When I got stung by my wasp, I got my first wasp sting and found out I was allergic to wasp. That's what I chewed up and put on my sting to help draw out that infection and help draw out that sting and make it feel better. And it was something that I just had out in the yard, just grabbed, put it on there, and I had it already at my disposal. So I would highly recommend just getting familiar with things like that if you are new to it. Just going around. I have an app on my phone. I think it's called Picture This, and I go around. If I don't know what something is, I'll snap a picture of it. It'll tell me what it is, or if it doesn't know exactly what it is, it'll at least narrow it down for me, and then I can do my own research from there, find out if it's medicinal and things like that. Passion flower, we have passion flower and fruit growing on our fence line, wild, and up until we moved to this property, I had no idea that you could use passion flower and passion, the leaves, and that they were medicinal. Same thing with like goldenrod right now. Right now is the time that goldenrod is actually growing and blooming pretty much everywhere here, at least here where we live. Like I see it driving down the road on the roadside, and it is medicinal, and it works for many different things. So I would just, like I said, get started, jump in, do your own research, and get familiar with alternative medicines, because there may be a time when you can't get those things. Also, I would say if you have a family member that takes any type of prescription medication, if you can have extras of that, I know it's not always possible, but if you can have extras of that medication, that's always good to have. My daughter she has a little bit of mild asthma, and so we do have an inhaler for her, but I do need to call her doctor to get another inhaler, so we have a backup in case something were to happen. My husband also takes blood pressure medication. He has high blood pressure, and we just don't know about how to treat that naturally at this moment without him having to be on medication. So that's something that he takes. So if something were to happen and we couldn't get that medication, I would need to know what alternatives we could use to help with that until we possibly could get that medication, or just as a long-term solution. So again, no one way is right over the other. Medicinal, over-the-counter, you know, regular medication versus natural medication or natural medicine. No one way is more superior than the other. Again, we use both of those methods in this household, and I would say that it's good to have both in case you need something that you don't have. But I'm just encouraging you guys to go ahead and get a jump start before we head into fall and winter. I don't know where you live, but I know here they're talking about a pretty snowy winter here, and if there's ever a time that I can't get out, I like to have the things that I need in case we need them. So I would just highly encourage you guys, do your research, start on that, and yeah, just get started and get a jump start. Maybe not buy everything at once. If you need to restock your medicine cabinet, buy a few things here or there. That's what we have been doing, just to make sure, you know, doing an inventory, see what we have, what we need, what we're out of, things like that, and just buy them gradually up until the fall and winter time. That way you already have it if you need it. So all right, I hope this was helpful for you guys, and stick around, because my next video will probably be about things that like foods that are great to have in your prepping pantry, or in your stocking pantry, things to have on hand food wise that are very versatile, that are great to have a stock of for if you need it. So I will be filming that for you guys, and again, thanks for hanging out with me. Hit the like and subscribe button, share it with your friends, comment below, let me know maybe some of the medicinals or the medicines that you use that maybe I missed, or that maybe I hadn't thought of yet, so that's good to have on hand. So let me know in the comments below, and until I see you guys next time, y'all have a blessed week, and I'll see y'all later, friends. Bye.